it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. I am now 65 years old, on Medicare. Been retired for a few years because, you know, that whole story about how I got kicked out of my job, forced into retirement.
That was the first story.
That was what launched the channel, was because I got kicked out of my job, forced into early retirement, which is to say it is also the 4th birthday of the show. 3 years of 20-man television.
Exactly.
And all of the illustrious and interesting and fun screwing around that goes along with that.
Right.
So, 65 years of screwing around, 3 years of 20-man television. How about all of that?
Lots of fun.
So to celebrate both of these events, we're off screwing around. We're heading up Ogden Canyon, because Ogden Canyon has got some really well-preserved and interesting history, part of which is an old trolley line.
Right.
And there are also some old sort of resort communities, and we're going to have dinner at one of those. Should be just an enormous amount of fun. So check this out, Ogden Canyon. Ogden Canyon is one of the numerous canyons that go up into the Wasatch Mountains. This one's sort of at the northern end up in Ogden in Weber County. In 1869, the Union Pacific had built their main line up the next canyon south, that being Weber Canyon, but Ogden Canyon was more or less pristine and people loved to come up here just to spend a day. A toll road was blasted out of the rock in 1860, making it possible for people to come up here with horse and wagon and later on automobiles. And this led to the development of all kinds of recreational activities in the canyon, most notably small resorts that were built up there. This is the Hermitage, or for those of you who speak French, that would be Hermitage. Anyway, fun little inn and restaurant. This is the Idlewild Resort, exact same sort of thing. And this is Artesia Park. Now, this was another resort, but it was also the source of the drinking water for the whole of Ogden City. These are naturally occurring artesian wells. After the trolley was built, a major destination on the trolley. And right in the mouth of the canyon was this resort. This was called the Sanatorium. Now, the Sanatorium still exists, but the building was replaced. Later on, it became baths, a series of swimming pools, if you will. And now it's sort of a gift shop, restaurant, and just generally fun place to go called Rainbow Gardens. One of the swimming pools still exists, but as you can see, it doesn't have water in it anymore. Shoppers may notice that they're going down a series of little stairways taking them into the deep end of the pool. Anyway, Rainbow Gardens is one of our favorite places to go. We come up to Ogden for no other reason than just to go to Rainbow Gardens. It's just a fun place to shop and then have dinner. We're going to come back later for dinner, but first, explore the canyon. Well, that's really cool. Before heading up the canyon to explore for grade, we're going to go grab some lunch at Mickey D's.
I'm hungry.
Because we're hungry.
Gosh,
we're coming back to Rainbow Gardens for dinner later, but we're just kind of peckish right now, so we're heading to Mickey D's. Well, we're live here at Mickey D's, and the fire alarm is going off. As you can see, we're very worried. We don't see a lot of fire.
I did round up all the little kids and do a head count out in the parking lot.
Yeah, we're going to be going outside and checking on the availability of firefighting equipment here shortly.
They'll be here.
I think they may have burned a few calories in the back room, but other than that, I don't think there's an actual fire going on.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, it's my birthday, and the fire alarm is going off. Oh, I know, it's the candles. It's the cake. The birthday candles has set off the fire alarm. Who knew? Well, we hope it's working. The connection's getting sketchy because we're using the McDonald's server, which is burning down. The fire truck's over here. As it turns out, yes, the kitchen's on fire. So who knew? It wasn't my birthday cake, and we're just kind of keeping track of the firemen who are wandering into the building over there. Look, I think the lens got smoke on it.
It did. Oh no, look at that. Well, yeah, it did. That was
Okay,
better.
that's better.
We're safe.
We lived.
Yeah, we lived. From now on, he'll have to just settle for eating with my cooking.
It was a very small fire. Yeah. Some French fries went up in a blaze of wood, sort of like a small mushroom cloud.
Yeah, it went poof, that was it.
Spread flaming oil all over the place, and I set off the fire alarm and notified the fire department, and everybody got kicked out of the restaurant. You can report to everyone that we lived, and please do type amen and share. Thank you. Okay, back to the canyon. So this is the toll road, but what we're looking for now is the trolley line. As you can see, there was this really cool trolley line built up the canyon in 1909, and it operated into the Depression when the whole thing went bust in 1932. Ogden had an extensive trolley network, and this line right here was extended all the way up the canyon to Huntsville. Now, this was no mean feat getting this line up the canyon, but people wanted to go up the canyon just to go to the resorts and for the recreational opportunities. Later on, the road was improved to facilitate more automobile traffic. One of the most photographed places is right here, called the Waterfall. This isn't actually a waterfall unless you want to say a man-made waterfall. It's actually an overflow for the irrigation system, and when water levels were super high, they had to dump water, and they dumped it right down that cliff face. So that's a really interesting trolley. So now let's go see if we can't find some grade for it.
Right.
Because that'll be fun.
Well, it's always fun.
And I hear the grade is completely intact all the way up the canyon.
Oh boy, that should be fun.
Well, the grade is really easy to find, and it's drivable in many places, but caution, some people claim this to be their private property and they'll run you off. Well, it figures you start exploring grade, some idiot comes out and chases you off the land with a gun.
Kind of about got arrested.
What the heck? And then some nonsense that we can't be on the land because he owns it because it's government land?
Yeah.
It didn't even make any sense. Never. Well, you run. It's the risk you take when you're exploring old grade.
Yeah.
Now, another one of the old resorts still exists up in the canyon. This is Gray Cliff Lodge, and it's a restaurant. You can come up here for dinner or brunch. And behind the restaurant, you can still find the trolley stop. Now, there were other activities in the canyon. This was a lime kiln where they made mortar for stone and brickwork. You know, of all the Wasatch Canyons, this one probably has the best preserved history. We're going to head for a saloon.
A saloon?
Yeah, there's a saloon up here at the top of the canyon that's been there for quite some period of time. So let's go check out the saloon. This is the Shooting Star Saloon, opened in 1879, making it Utah's oldest saloon. Now, one of the most unusual features here, and something that jumps right out at you, is that the ceiling is completely covered over with money. Mostly $1 bills, some foreign money, and a lot of the money has somebody's name written on it, and then it's been plastered up on the ceiling. There are probably several $1,000s stuck to the ceiling in here. Now, this is the very first dollar bill that got stuck up here and started this tradition. Before shipping out to World War II, some guy came in here, got completely faced, wrote his name on a dollar bill, and stuck it to the ceiling. And since then, thousands of people have written their name on a dollar bill and stuck it to the ceiling. There are also a lot of animal heads hanging around in here. Looks right at home in an old saloon like this. Fits right into the decor. There is one, however, that, well, it doesn't fit right into any kind of decor. Yes, this is a Saint Bernard. In the 1950s, he was thought to be the world's largest dog, weighed almost 300 pounds, stood over 3 feet tall at the shoulder, and he was rather violent, too. And so they put him down and hung him up. Well, after an absolutely fabulous day of exploring the canyon, we headed back down canyon to Rainbow Gardens to have dinner and to celebrate the fact that I am now almost as old as the canyon. Well, that was a yummy dinner.
It was, but we forgot to get your cake.
Well, we're just going to head home, cut some cake, watch some TV, and open presents, because it wouldn't be a birthday without opening presents.
Yes.
Those two great holidays, Christmas and birthday.
Normally we do that when we're eating out, but I can't give him this present in public.
Really?
Yeah, I can't.
What is it, I wonder, if we can't... the mind boggles if we can't open it in public.
That's right. It could raise a few eyebrows.
I hope you got this on the internet, because
Yeah.
it was shipped in a brown paper.
Yeah, it was. It was shipped in a brown paper bag, but you think the guy over there at the railroad grade was bad. Open that present in public.
Well, this will be interesting. Let's go open birthday presents. We opted to not wimp out and put the full 65 candles onto the cake.
I don't like the way that one was.
It's starting to pulse and swirl. Oh, there goes the fire alarm.
I was going to take a picture.
This whole thing became rather reminiscent of the lunch at Mickey D's. At this point, the entire cake is on fire. You burned the tablecloth.
You sure did. How hard did you blow that?
Oh, wow. The cake survived, but we had to get a good deal of wax off of the top of it. It was sort of a mess.
Now it's nice and toasted. We always have it.
Anyway, after plugging up some arteries and raising our blood sugar levels, we were ready to open birthday presents. I have to say, I was very curious about what it was that couldn't be opened in public. And, well, as it turned out, it couldn't be opened in public because it's a gun. Specifically, a Mattel Fanner 50 cap gun from the late 50s or early 60s.
It's in really good condition.
I have been looking for one of these forever. Mattel also offered a Derringer version in a belt buckle that would fire from the belt buckle. These guns use something called greenie stickum caps. They glued onto bullets, and then you put the bullets into the gun. Karen found a whole box of these things, and while they're rather valuable, I had to shoot one up. I mean, come on. Well, there you have it. 3 years of Toy Man, 65 years of me, and some fun screwing around and getting run off of one piece of property with one gun.
Yeah, with one gun. And hey, you can take yours back and go after the guy and have a duel.
I got a cap gun
Yeah,
now.
that's right.
I've got Second Amendment
That's
rights and 13 sheets of greenie stickum caps.
That's
so
right.
I'm ready to,
He needs an orange
to
thing.
keep America safe for democracy and
Yeah.
explore some more great, in spite of the fact that somebody doesn't want us to.
Yeah, gee.
Goofy, just goofy. Well, if you haven't been over to the channel and you haven't subscribed, then get on over to the channel and subscribe. Now, the easy way to do that is to click on the blue button. Zoing! You can see it come in right there. The blue button says subscribe. Click on it. Makes you a subscriber. Takes you to the channel. Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here next Sunday with some more massive screwing around. See ya, bye.
Bye.